So when it comes to tripods for shooting and hunting, my go-to is Sunwayfoto tripods. Now this T2830CS has been used in multiple videos on this channel. In fact, pretty much every time I'm doing a rifle review or an optic review on a rifle, this tripod is what I'm using. I also use this tripod for B-roll and pictures, and every now and then, even when I want to bring an extra camera into a video that I'm filming, I'll put the camera on this tripod. Now, when I need a little extra height and I'm going to be shooting from a tripod all day long, then I break out the T4020CSLI. Well, Sunwayfoto just sent out their brand new tripod. This is the HT2830CS. And although my T2830CS sitting here in front of me is an amazing tripod, that new tripod they just sent out has a huge upgrade that this tripod doesn't have. Let's get this new tripod out of the box and check it out. So let's get this opened up and we'll see what all is in here. Now, one other really awesome thing when it comes to these tripods are the bags they come in. And if you buy cheap tripods, you get a cheap bag, and the next thing you know, the end's ripping out of it and your tripod's falling out of the bag. This is my bag for my T2830CS, and like I said, I've been using this for a little over 2 years now. This is always in my truck. I throw it up on the bed of my truck. I throw it on the tailgate. And this bag does not have one rip or tear in it. They're very thick bags, very heavily padded. Pretty hard to beat. So the first thing we're going to do is open up this pouch. This is where you'll keep your accessories. So we've got some Allen wrenches in here and some bolts. And we got a Sunwayfoto lens cleaning cloth. Now they also threw this in the bag for me to review, but this is an accessory you would have to buy extra. But this is pretty cool, and I do not have one of these yet, but this is going to bolt onto your 1913 rail. You do have a recoil lug here, and then on the bottom side of this is your ARCA adapter. And I'll show you how to use this in a little bit, how it mounts to the tripod. Now this one here, you're going to use a Torx wrench to tighten it onto your 1913 rail. They also have this adapter with a quick detach mount, and they also have the clamp style mount like you saw on the tripod earlier, which you can pretty much universally use that on any rifle or shotgun. But when you go on Sunwayfoto's website, they got some really awesome accessories for shooters and hunters to use with these tripods. Now we're going to open up the main compartment on this. This has basically like a 3/4 zipper. It's going to come all the way around to this side. There are 2 of them. And it will zip to right here and stop. And then you'll grab your tripod and pull it out of the case. And this has another adapter already on it. We'll talk about that here in a second. But I want to show you the inside of the bag because, like I said, you've got some really thick padding in here, very soft. They're just really nice bags. You do have a carry handle here, and you also have the strap here if you want to throw this over your shoulder. And that pretty much wraps up the unboxing. All right, now let's start getting into all the specs and features of our HT2830CS tripod. We're going to start right at the top and just work our way down. So one of the biggest upgrades on this tripod versus my old one is the lever on here. So on this throw lever right here, you have a lock. You're going to pull down on this, and as you've seen, this just loosened up and you can take it off. Now this adapter that comes with it is kind of a universal adapter. These are the adapters that I use for my camera. Now on it right now is the bigger screw, and you can take an Allen wrench and remove this. And if we go back to this bag of accessories I showed you in the unboxing video, there's a bunch of different screws in here, so you can switch over to like a 1/4 inch adapter that all your cameras and your gimbals and things like that use. So this adapter can be used for a lot of different things. Now one other upgrade that I really like on this is we'll go ahead and put our adapter back in here. Over here you've got your thumb knob, and we're going to tighten this up just a little bit, just so it's barely grabbing that. And then you take your throw lever and you can really tighten that down right where you want it. Right now I've got that just a little too tight, but once that's locked down, that's not going anywhere. So if you've got a super expensive camera or a gun on here, you're not gonna have to worry about that coming off. Now on my old one, you had a throw lever just like that, but it did not have the lock on it. So you could accidentally bump this and open it up, which would not be a good thing if you had a really expensive rifle on here. And you can also see where the thumb knob is. It's a big upgrade because this one's a lot smaller and a lot closer to the tripod, so it's a little harder to adjust. So they did a really good job on that upgrade. Now we're going to talk about the ball head itself. So right under your locking lever, you've got this green lever right here. And when you open this up, your ball head will sit and spin. Now this is a 30mm ball head, and it will turn 360 degrees. And you can also tilt it up to 30 degrees. And it's just super smooth. It's like butter. When you've got that opened all the way up, there's no grit, no grinding. It's just a very smooth turning ball head, which if you're into photography or videography like I am, that gives you very smooth movement. One other really cool thing about this is you can open it up just a little bit and you can turn it, but it still has some tension on it, which is pretty cool. Now, when it comes to the adapters for this, we've already talked about some of them. This one that they sent me out to review, the 1913 rail to Arca adapter. Then you also have this clamp style mount, which you see in all my videos. You got your big knob here on the side. You can open this up really wide. It'll pretty much fit any rifle or shotgun, and you can tighten it down. Even on the inside of the clamp, you've got some really nice rubber foam padding, so you don't have to worry about marring the gun, and you even have that on the bottom where your gun's going to sit. And then this has the adapter built right into the bottom of it, so you'll remove the adapter that's on here now and just put this on here. Now they make a ton of different mounts. They even have ones that'll go in an M-lock slot to the Arca mount, which is super cool. So like I said, you can get on Sunwayfoto's website and check out all those different accessories and mounts. And you're not just stuck with Sunwayfoto either. If you find a mount that you like on Amazon or another store, as long as it's an Arca style mount, it's going to work with this tripod. Now the next big improvement they made with this is when you want to open this up, you've got a button right here on all three legs. You hit this button and your leg will start to open up. Now right now I've got this as low as it'll go, and when I sit it down here on the table, this is really super low to the ground. And when you want to close them up, which is super cool, you don't have to hit the button. You'll hear these clicks, but you can fold it right back into place without hitting the button. Now this has 3 different positions on it. You've got your 20-degree position, a 55-degree position, and an 85-degree position. Now on my old tripod, it was a little harder to adjust the legs because you've got these green levers right here, but you had to pull these forward and then grab the leg and open it up. So it was just kind of awkward, as you can see right now, to open these up. Now the next best part about this tripod is the weight. This weighs in right at about 3 pounds. And the reason it's so light is because it's completely made out of carbon fiber and aluminum. So everything up here on top is aluminum, but your legs on this are carbon fiber, which if you're a big time hunter and you're doing a lot of traveling to get to the spot you're gonna hunt and you're on foot, those guys are always trying to cut the most amount of weight they can. So having this tripod being all made out of carbon fiber and aluminum, this is a great option for guys like that. So now the legs on this tripod are obviously telescopic, and just like everything else on this tripod, they are super smooth. You're gonna just turn this, you only gotta give it a quarter turn, and that leg extends out. Super smooth, really fluid, works great. You got another one here. So now you can extend this all the way out. Now when this is in the compact position or the transport position on this, it's only 28 inches tall. But when this is fully extended, you're gonna get 59.1 inches of height out of this, which is pretty awesome. Now we're gonna get into the biggest upgrade on this tripod and my favorite upgrade on this tripod. And that's going to be the feet on this. So we're gonna go back to my old tripod, and I actually just noticed that I lost one of my rubber feet off the bottom of this tripod. So this has removable rubber feet, and you can remove these and put a set of spikes in if you want to. Great option, but a little bit of a pain in the butt. And with this thing riding around in my truck all the time, and the vibrations from the truck, and just taking this in and out of the bag and using it at different gun ranges, that's probably how I lost one of the feet on here. Now I will give Sunwayfoto credit. One nice thing about these tripods, if you need a part because you lost something like that, you can get on their website and they have all the replacement parts for these tripods. So now let's talk about the awesome upgrade on the new tripod. So right now, this does have rubber feet on it, and these rubber feet are not removable, so you do not have to worry about these falling off. So now you're asking yourself, what am I gonna do if I wanna put spikes on it? Well, you're gonna take your foot and you're gonna start turning it towards you, and now you have an aluminum spike sticking out of there. So now if you're in some terrain where it's rocky, or you just want your tripod to bite really good into the ground, well, there you go. You have a spike. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 deal on the feet, and I just think that is absolutely awesome. Now, one thing that I have not covered yet, and I know this question is going to come up, how much weight can this tripod hold? It can hold a lot. This tripod can hold 44 pounds of weight. So very few people are going to have a rifle that's going to max out the weight capacity on this tripod. So now that I've showed you all the features on this, you're probably asking yourself, how much does this tripod cost? Well, when you're talking about a premium tripod, you're gonna have to pay a little bit for this. Now, my old one that I was showing you, you can get that one right around 250 beans. It's a great tripod, it's worth every penny. But this one here is actually only gonna cost you 50 beans more. I was just on the website, and this one's coming in at $2.99. And I think that 50 beans extra is well worth it for the new clamping system up here, for your mount, and the feet alone are just amazing. And honestly, the button for the legs. So if you're in the market for a tripod like this, I would just go ahead and spend the extra and get this one over my original one, because I think in the long run, you're going to be glad that you spent a little extra for this. So I really want to thank Sunwayfoto for sending this out for a review. I'm just a big fan of their tripods. Ever since I got the original one and how many uses I have for it, it's just an item I have to have for this channel. And I'm super excited to get this one out now and test it out. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.